the Cleveland Indians have decided to change their name after 105 years of owning that name, the Cleveland Indians. This obviously comes, of course, this was a very controversial name if you're into all that. It's the same situation with the Redskins. That was a very controversial name. The logo was very controversial. The same situation is going on here with the Indians. Back in October 2018, I remember reading this. They abandoned their Chief Wahoo logo, which was their original logo, the Indian cartoon. And of course, this all comes. This was protested for a while. This has been very, very controversial. Um, Accusations that the Native American use and imagery is racist. And of course, the organization is expected to announce the change this week, but it is unclear whether the new name will be. But the organization will undertake a thorough review of the Indians' name, and they are planning to keep the name throughout the 2021 season. So as of 2022, that will be the name change. This was first reported by the New York Times, and it was confirmed and written by Jeff Passan of ESPN. You know what, Mario? I'll let you give you your thoughts first. What do you think about this?
Well, you're absolutely correct. It is a controversial topic. Obviously, this is another example of politics going into sports, which has always been in politics. Have always been in sports for the longest time, but people just never really focused about it in the past. Going back to people like Cleveland Browns legend Jim Brown, going back to Muhammad Ali, Bill Russell, and Kareem. They were a big part of that. The the Olympics with the two guys. I forgot their names. I forgot their names. Excuse me. I know one was named. I'm gonna look them up right now. But the Olympic gold the gold medalists and the bronze medalists who raised their fist up in the air. Um, sorry, I'm drawing a blank. It is. I got the article right here. I'm sorry. I just wanna make sure I get their name. All right, Tommy Smith and John Carlos. That's what their names were.
Hmm?
I completely forgot. Yeah, African American athletes Tommy Smith and John Carlos when they raised their fist on the podium. That obviously received a lot of controversy. And yes, politics has been a huge part of sports for the longest time you could think of. And so with that being said, I understand like um a lot of people are upset about the name and everything like that and the Indian logo. But this is all but to be honest with you, this wasn't brought up anytime recently. You know what I'm saying? Like this was not like this really stepped into the media, I think probably after George
Redskins
Floyd.
changed their name.
Yeah, but I think it all started after George Floyd. When George Floyd died, people started looking at other different parts of the world, and they were
Yeah.
looking at stuff like Uncle Ben, Aunt Jemima, the Redskins, Indians were another one, and I mean honestly, like honestly, it's weird. Like I can't really make an opinion on it. Like
Right.
it's up to Cleveland Indians to change their name if they really want to change it. I know Chicago Blackhawks might be the next team that maybe even considering it if they want to keep it or change it. But honestly, honestly, I kind of find it shocking. Even though there were news speculating around it, I kind of find it shocking because I didn't expect after 105 years they were going to change their name. You know, like I
Yeah.
mean, it seemed like I mean, if I gotta be real with you, Nate, it didn't seem like that big of an issue until the
Until the George Floyd thing happened. Maybe even a little
right,
before that. I'll say this.
right.
Oh, wait, actually, I'll let you finish.
No, you can say what you're gonna say. I'm just looking something
All
up.
right. Look, I'm gonna keep it a buck ten with y'all. I'm part Native American. I'm not just African American and Irish. I'm part Native American. I understand the Redskin part. That was a little bit, whatever. That was racist, and the Chief Wahoo logo, of course, that was a little on the racist side too. But the name Indians is not racist. It's the name of a certain people. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I really don't. And I'm Native American. I'm part Indian. I don't see a problem with that. So and of course, you guys have your opinions. You guys are probably gonna go in the comments and rip my head off, and that's perfectly fine. I really don't care. But
Yeah, right. Everybody has a different
I really
opinion.
don't care. But here's the thing: Redskin one was understandable. Let me tell you why. Sponsors were pulling out. Pepsi was pulling out. Nike was pulling out. The NFL shop was pulling out of the Redskins until they changed their name of all damn things. And FedEx was too, because FedEx sponsors the name of the football team field, FedEx Field. They sponsor that stadium. None of the Indian sponsors were doing that. None of them. Not Progressive, who names their field Progressive Field. Not MLB Shop. Not MLB Network. There's other things. Hancock wasn't doing it. There's other things. You know what I mean? I don't think it was that big of a deal, really. I really don't think it was. I think the logo was. I think the logo was a big deal. I understand that. But think about it like this, all right? It's not, the Indian's name isn't racist to me. It's not offensive. It's not racist. It's just the name of a certain person. Just like how African American is the name of a certain person. Is the type of a certain person. I think that's how I want to say it. So with that said, you also got to think about, like you said about the Chicago Blackhawks. There are other teams that have tribal names. The Atlanta Braves, they have the tomahawk as their logo. The Kansas City Chiefs, they're a tribal name. There's probably a couple more. You can probably fill me in on those, but those are like the other ones. Those are the other three main ones that we know of.
Right.
I mean, you know, it is what it is. I'm not mad about it personally. It doesn't really affect me. It's not my team, but I just don't see, you know, what's wrong. I see what was wrong about the logo, but I don't see anything wrong with the name, to be quite honest with you. I really
Right. Now now I want to ask you something. Out of everybody out of all, let's go to athletes, just athletes in specific, right?
Mhm.
Out of all these athletes in the world, who's the number one athlete in politics, no matter what it is?
No matter what it is, if
Yeah,
I
who
had
is
to
it?
think, it would probably be LeBron James. If I had to think,
Okay, what's this a picture of?
that's what LeBron James wearing Indians at.
And what kind of Indian hat? What kind of Indian is on that hat?
Chief Wahoo.
Now, if that was really something so offensive, why is he wearing it?
Exactly.
I'm not calling nobody out. Do you get what I'm saying? We're
Right.
talking about the most political person in sports. Okay, he was political in 2016. He's been political his whole life. What I'm trying to say is all this stuff has started coming about it started coming out to the world when George Floyd happened. When George Floyd happened, a lot of changes were made.
A
And
lot
I'm
of
not mad
changes were
about
made.
those changes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really mad about it. You know, like, whether I agree or disagree with it, I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about
Right.
Cleveland changing their name. I'm just shocked. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
shocked too.
Like, I mean, maybe, like, I don't know now. I don't know LeBron's opinion on it or anything like that. But all I know is, like, it's not LeBron, but a lot of like certain things that have been happening. It's been kind of deferring away from LeBron James, who, and the reason why I'm going to him is because he's the most
Active
political,
athlete.
right? He's the most political athlete there. Like when and if you look at inside his LeBron 17s, there's a quote by Teddy Roosevelt. And if you look at what's been happening in the world, they've been taking down Teddy Roosevelt's statue. You know what I'm saying? And a
Yeah.
guy who's as smart as LeBron James is, he's a very smart guy. He is not intelligent. Okay. If you're looking at Teddy Roosevelt, all these people are looking at Teddy Roosevelt as some type of negative historical past. Then why is LeBron? Why is his Teddy Roosevelt's quote in LeBron's shoe? Do
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying LeBron has all the answers. I'm not saying he's all right in everything. He's completely right 100%. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is, you take a guy like him and you look at a lot of stuff that's going on, and he's the most political figure in sports, in my opinion, and it's just not, it's just not connecting. I mean, if Cleveland Indians, I mean, I don't know what they're gonna choose for their next logo. I really don't. Same thing with the Washington Redskins. I'm not sure what excuse me, football team. I'm sorry. I'm so used to calling it the
Yeah.
Washington
So
football
good.
team. My bad. No disrespect or anything like that. I just slipped out. It slipped out of my mouth. But the Washington football team, not sure what they're gonna change it to, but I'm interested to see.
I'm interested to see it before I end this. All hail the football team and the baseball team.